Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the No PC Show. It is Thursday night, June the 9th. Tonight's topic is being unapologetically black. In the recent death of Muhammad Ali, who we all loved and admired, a lot of people had problems with him early on in life and called him a racist and so many other things that we're going to touch on. But I think he was an example to us, just like Malcolm and Farrakhan and so many other people that spoke out and didn't make an apology for who they were and who we were. But before we get into that, as always, we want to get into our advertisement section. And let's start off with me, RPC Computing, where RPC is your PC. Repairs, upgrades, and consultation, 773-416-2955. We're located in Lansing, Illinois. Something sweet from my heart to yours is Miss Terry's Bakery. Cakes, cookies, catering, 708-781-5220. Reach out to her. Support black business. Rochelle Millsap, Remax agent, mostly residential. I'm sure she can help you with some commercial needs if that's what you need. 773-716-5541. Kevin, Character King, spoken word artist. He has a CD available on iTunes and CD Baby called I Am Character. And he also has a book available on Amazon called Character's Book of Poetry. Let me share a little bit of his work with you.
I see new faces in old places. Places I grew up called home. And these faces in old places are faces not of my skin tone. Yet they come from various places, do these faces, to purchase themselves new spaces in these vacant places, which have now been renovated, upgraded, upscaled, and updated.
That's Kevin Character King. 773-364-0491. That's his booking number, so you can call him and get rates and things from him. King's Cubby Daycare, located 8825 South Chicago, in Chicago, South Colfax in Chicago, Illinois. 773-437-5108. Mondays through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Accepting children 6 weeks to 12 years old. Reach out to all these businesses and help people out. We have one more business. This is a newer business. This is called the E-Shot. If I can get it to come up here. Okay, a little technical difficulty, so we can't get to that one today. We'll figure out what's going on with that. Well, sorry for those that did not work. I will have to figure out what happened to that particular business. It's called E Photography. You can reach out to them on Instagram and see some of their work. I'm not sure why the photo didn't come up. We apologize for that. And there's another business. I'm playing around with settings all the time. Maybe I accidentally erased or removed something, and I apologize for that. One more that we are going to be able to pull up. Sharif, the album. This young man has a nice collection of music for everybody on this CD. It's available on Amazon and iTunes. I got it off Amazon, but it's both platforms for iPhones or Androids, or just to listen to it on your PC. Here's a little sample.
I know you want to see me go home alone. I'm done waiting. I know you want to see me go home alone. I'm done waiting. And this hurts so bad I can't breathe on my own.
Reach out and support that brother. He's out here trying to do a variety of things on his own as an entrepreneur out here, and that's what our show is all about: supporting black businesses, supporting black people, and not having to apologize for who we are, which brings us to the show topic. One day, my daughter's friends were over. She's got mostly white friends. And they were over, and I guess she felt that she could bring them down into my man cave. And one of them made a comment about my man cave looks like a Black Panther party studio. And I said, well, what did you say? She said, well, I didn't say anything. I said, well, let me tell you this. We don't apologize for who we are, and we don't hide who we are just to make other folks feel comfortable. I think a lot of us that grew up in the 50s, 60s, and 70s were more outspoken. We had less to lose and more to gain. And we admired those that stood up, like the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad Ali, just like the Black Lives Matter movement of today. We admire those young folks that are out there trying to make a difference. No matter what negativity they receive, they continue to push on. Is by any means necessary that we must continue to be unapologetic, because why are we apologizing anyway? We're apologizing for the system we find ourselves under. We're apologizing for slavery. I think America has given us a couple of weak apologies. I don't remember us accepting any of them, because those apologies didn't come with any form of reparation or restitution. And I think that's the biggest problem in this country, is that a lot of people in this country like to act like you all don't deserve anything. Oh yeah, the Jews deserve something. Oh, the Japanese, when we were in prison, they deserve something. Oh, the Indians, we're not gonna give them a lot, but they get something. But you niggas, pull yourself up. This is our system. This is the way the system works. It is what it is. I always find it interesting that when we try to have conversations about race in America, it makes people feel uncomfortable, and because they are uncomfortable, we shouldn't talk about it, because it happened so many years ago. it's not affecting my race. So what's the big deal? Sometimes you're talking to people and it's like it's going right over their heads, or they're just basically waiting to blow you off. And I'm sure many black folks have had that conversation with like a superior or something that may happen to be white. I can remember having a discussion with one of my bosses, and we were talking about a former boss. And I discussed some of the horrific stuff that had went on. And his first response was, "Oh, I never had a problem with him." I couldn't come back and say, "'Cause y'all both in the Klan. Why would you have a problem with him?" No, you can't say that. The thing that ties us down and makes us not able to stand up, because we're integrated and we're working in the system. So unless you want to lose your job, you better definitely shut up. And I think that's the difference between a lot of black men and a lot of black women. The women, I think they're successful for the most part because they've learned to separate the economics from the politics. And they can go in there for the most part, and they can do that job, and they can get that money, and they can come and bitch later. I think the dynamics of us as black men in America, it's feeling like we're at the bottom of the totem pole, and even if we do get a level of success, how much have we compromised ourselves to obtain that success? How many times have we not spoken up to obtain that success? What happened to all those militant brothers from the 60s and 70s? It seems like once everybody got jobs, it's just like, okay, I got a way of getting out, so I'm happy now. Everybody forgot we came over here chained together. That's what makes the system we find ourselves on so incredible. It took the shackles off your feet and put them on your mind. It sells us that individual success trumps community success. But it doesn't tell you about, yeah, I'm successful as a white man, and I live in a successful community as a white man, and that nourishes and pushes our agenda ahead. You semi-successful as a black man. You really don't have a community to go to. You can come and live in our community. We'll let you in here. We'll let you come in as long as you can remain apologetic. Don't let your head get too high. Don't talk too much. Don't disagree. Be a good Negro. And they separate us on so many levels. They separate us on education, finance, economics. And they try to make you feel like if you're not doing what we're doing, if you're not living where we're living, if you're not traveling where we're traveling, if you're not raising your kids the way we're raising our kids, that's a problem. And we fall into it time and time again. And, I understand the dynamics of no one wants to live in a neighborhood where it's drugs, killings, and all that other nonsense that goes on, like in the city of Chicago. I think last count, we only had 2 murders since Tuesday, which is kind of incredible for Chicago, right? We're at 270, now we're at 272. It's going to be 90 degrees on Friday. So this conundrum we find ourselves under, are we too easygoing? Are we allowing these people to walk over us? I mean, it's just a question. Do you go to your job and you come home every day and you just happy that you can send your kids to a certain school and you can move away from that little killing field and you can breathe, and that's good enough, and that's acceptable, and we don't knock anybody, 'cause, that's the whole thing of life, is survival, taking care of your family. And that's the double-edged sword that a lot of black men find themselves under. That keep your job, go in here, deal with these people, come home, sit down, try to relax, try to wash off all the mental bull crap that you've gone throughout the day, that you've internalized. Then come home and hopefully you're given the opportunity to at least be the head of your home, that your wife respects you enough to give you that to help take some of the burden off your shoulders, to make it worthwhile. I mean, the system, I don't really have an answer. I always tell people, if you got an answer, send me an answer. Do we love ourselves more, or do we love the system more? Is being apologetic the way to go? Or is building a community the way to go? Now, we had some communities back in the day, the 20s and 30s and stuff like that, that's self-sufficient. But there's really no black community, as, I don't know, maybe somebody can point one out to me, that's a black influential community. I'm sure there's somewhere on a hill or something like that. But I'm talking about a black community where it's uplifting those that are struggling in society. It's giving them hope. It's giving them opportunity. It's embracing everything in the community as oneness, as we depend on each other. That's the type of neighborhood I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a few people that got a few dollars in their pocket and they would move to a community with a few other people that got a few million in their pocket. That's not really a community. That's a segregation camp. That's emulating what you saw Good Medicine them do when they go and develop all these communities like Bel Air and all these other places, and all their other millionaire friends come and do the same thing. And nobody knocking any of that. I just don't know that we care about each other to the extent that we should care about each other. Are we outraged enough about the killing of our young man? Are we outraged enough about the prison pipeline? Excuse me. Are we outraged enough about the unemployment rate in the black community? Now, those are internal problems that we know. But when do we get sick and tired of feeling like we have to apologize just to get along in society? That makes a whole bunch of difference. And basically it comes down to you get to these points in life, and I think as you get older, I know as I've gotten older, I don't even hide it anymore. Used to be a point, yeah, you're going to hide it, get along, get your money, do what you got to do. But then these people seem to dig in so much because that's their mission, for you to snap off, and they'll have a reason to dismiss you and bring in one of their buddies. But as long as you go along and play the game and remain quiet, that's okay. We don't have to apologize for what was done to us in this country. The destruction of Black America. There's a fool, and I think it's his name is Jesse Lee Peterson. I hate to even give him any credit because he's the big coon. He's kind of like that role that was in Django, the butler that was just a suck ass. That's what this Jesse Lee Peterson is, and he tries to have all the people out there now, like Umar Johnson and Tariq and all those people, come on his show. He's had the Black Lives Matters people come on the show, and I think his main goal, he thinks he's going to insult these people with his coonery and his ignorance. And some last longer than others, but you just have to see this guy's views. He sounds more prejudiced and racist than the white folks do. And I think he kind of believes it. And he's got a little platform, and I'm sure they love him. We're not apologizing for dumb shit. The time, I think, is really coming. Just like those Black Lives Matter people out there and in the face and all that. Everybody tired of this apologizing shit. There's no real justice. You cannot legislate a people's heart. So when you can't legislate it and you can't deal with these people, then you got to stand up and be yourself. It is what it is. Love, peace, soul. We out of here.
I apologize for being black, for all I am plus all I lack. Please, sir, please, ma'am, give me some slack, cause I apologize. I apologize for being poor, for being sick and tired and so. Since I ain't slick, don't know the scope, I do apologize. I apologize because I bear resemblance most black people share. Thick lips, flat nose, and nappy hair. Yes, I apologize. I apologize for how I look, for all the lows and blows I took. On those, Lord knows I'd close the book as I apologize. I apologize for all I gave, for letting you make me your slave and go into my early grave. Yes, I apologize. I apologize for being caught, for being sold, for being bought, while being told I count for naught. Yeah, I apologize. I apologize for all I've done, for all my toil out in the sun. Don't want to spoil your righteous fun, so I apologize. I apologize and curse my kind for being fooled, for being blind, for being ruled and in your bind. Yes, I apologize. I apologize and curse my fate for being slow, for being late, because I know it's me you hate. Why not apologize? I apologize and tip my hat, cause you so rich and free and fat. Son of a bitch, that's where it's at, and I apologize.
There's a move afoot to divide us. It's being done by Afro-Saxons and coconuts, people who would have us believe that there's a separate gulf between two nations, black and Latino. This is not the poem, y'all. I'm telling you, there's no difference between Beaufort, South Carolina and Ponce, Puerto Rico. You hear me? Too many of us grew up in the projects and did bids in the joint together to have anyone divide us on the basis of language. Mambo is black, merengue is black, R&B is black, joropo is black, flamenco is black, guaguancó is black, bomba is black. Be careful. They will come to you and say, be careful with those hordes of Spanish people. Fuck them. Jíbaro. Mi negro lindo, de los bosques de caña, caciques de luz, tiempo es una cosa cómica. Jíbaro, my pretty nigga. Father of my yearning for the soil, the land, the earth of my people. Father of the sweet smells of fruit in my mother's womb, the earth brown of my skin, the thoughts of freedom that butterfly through my insides. Jíbaro, my pretty nigga. Sweating bullets of blood and bedbugs, swaying slowly to a softly strummed 5-string guitar, remembering ancient empires of sun gods and black spirits and things that were once so simple. How times have changed men. How men have changed time. Unnatural, screams the wind. Unnatural. Jíbaro, my pretty nigga man. Fish smells and cane smells and fish smells and cane smells and tobacco and oppression makes even God smell foul. As foul as the bowels of the ship that vomited you up on the harbor of a cold metal city to die. No sun, no sand, no palm trees. And you clung to the slimy rib of an animal called the marine tiger in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Jíbaro, did you know you my nigga? I love the curve of your brow, the slant of your baby's eyes, the calves of your woman dancing. I dig you, you can't hide. I ride with you on subways. I touch shoulders with you and dance. I make crazy love to your daughter. Yeah! You my cold nigga man. And I love you because you mine. And I'll never let you go. I will never let you go. You mine, nigga. And I'll never let you go. Forget about self. We're together now. And I'll never let you go. Never, nigga.